FlairFlies, welcome to the third part of our choreography workshop. This is the last one in 2025, and the music is All I Want for Christmas. It's a cover by Lucy Grau, and it has kind of salsa rhythm in it, so we're doing just kind of a fusion of various styles, but there's a little bit of salsa in it. And we have, over the first two sessions, learned the steps, and today is the cleanup. So we are gonna go through it little by little and talk about the technique and a little bit about the style and interpretation, because you always want to make something like this yours. And in the last one, we're going to do our little mock performance, and love it if any of you FlairFlies want to send us a video that we could maybe put together for some memories of 2025 and our dancing. So FlairFlies, so let's start right at the beginning, where I'm still a little sick, so please forgive me. You're probably going to end up walking in unless you're lucky enough to have a stage and there's a curtain opening and you're standing there ready. Usually these, if it's an event or recital, you're going to have to walk in and take your place. So there's this rule that we always had that if you can see the audience, they can see you. So no peeking out from behind the curtain or whatever, because if they're looking at you, you know, they can see you, and vice versa. So you want to, whenever you are coming out from wherever it is, you want to already have your posture, roll the shoulders back. It's like your chest is kind of pointing skyward, and a big smile, lots of confidence, because you want to bring your audience with you. If you believe in yourself, the audience is going to believe in you. And this is one of those things, you got to fake it till you make it. So coming in, I'm just going to pretend this is my place of entrance. And so you're walking in, you already understand this is a happy piece. And when you approach the place where you can start, you want to put down your left foot and bring the right one over. Now the starting pose, you want to give yourself a nice sturdy base, so it doesn't have to be close together. And turn your back foot out a little and brace yourself on your front foot, because very often these kind of things, maybe a minute before they turn on music, you know, unless it's super rehearsed and organized, you want to just be ready to stay there just in case anything goes wrong. You want to just stay there and wait. So you want to have that base that's going to support you very well, so you don't have to tense or wobble. And you want to pull your upper thighs together, because you don't want any gaps here. So you don't want it open. You don't want it across, but you definitely don't want to have any spaces here, right? You want your legs to be crossed. And this one is resting just on the balls of your feet. It doesn't have to be way up. You can just rest there and relax. So when music starts, this is where it's kind of an abstract story, and you're going to be reaching to take something with your hand, to grab something with your hand, stars or ornaments, whatever it is you want to imagine there. And you're going to do this, your hand is going to reach out, and as you take whatever it is, you're going to rotate your hand, and you're going to be looking towards it. So you want to see it before you take it, and then you do the other side, reaching for it, taking it, reaching for it, taking. So there's this rotation going on. And your hand's getting to the top. This is a salsa piece, so there's other styles where you probably leave your arms, leave a little distance between your arms and your body. You know, they come out here, but since this is salsa-ish, you're just going to let them actually touch your body as you're going down, and you're going to be thinking, I'm so beautiful tonight. And you're going to pick up and to move it, you really have to give it some momentum. So it's like you're reaching out and sweeping it around you and planting your left foot and shifting forward to your right. So you probably want to keep this front leg straight, and you know how we always talk about weight shifts on this channel. We're talking about our square here. These are the four corners, and when you're shifting weight over your leg, you want to stack it like a tower of blocks because that'll allow you to keep your balance. And that's what we do here. Even though it's fast, you're going to step left and shift to your right, and already have yourself squared over that foot so that you're nice and sturdy, because that one's going to stretch behind. And you're reaching towards, I'm imagining a great big tree there. So if you do wobble, it can happen. You can always just take another step and own it. You just don't want to be, oh, don't show it in your face, just keep smiling and take a step forward. Just cover it up however you can. And here, so we have this little trick that we met before. So you don't want to have your shoulders too far to the side, because you're going to end up blocking your face. So they're a little bit open. So it looks like you're facing direction, but you're leaving your face visible, and your arms are stretched upwards towards whatever it is that you're looking at. And then you're going to start to scoot backwards. And it's like somebody is pulling you by the back of your head. So, or you can give the, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, I just can't stay near it. And you're going to back up, but your head is leading that backwards movement. So, you want that to be the first thing that starts to go backwards. So, and when you've reached the middle again, you're going to be stepping on your left foot, and your right stays out to the side, and bring your arms straight across with the palm up, like you're offering something to your audience. And it's like your arm is taking your leg and they come in together. And then the faster music is going to start. So we're going to actually be leaning forward into it. Your hand's going to come in. At the same time, your body is going to go forward. So it's like you're falling forward into that step. This is a stance we use quite a bit in the faster styles, the mambo styles of Latin social dance. You are not leaning forward because if your weight is too far back, it's going to take you that extra split second to bring it forward so you can move. So you always want to be ready, like a volleyball or tennis player. They're always poised and ready to go forward. So that's kind of feeling you want to have. You're going to lean into it, and then you're going to start your salsa basic. Now I have a separate video if you've never done salsa before, or there's just a few steps in here. So if you follow that video, that'll be enough to get you through this piece. So we're going to step right, left, right, and left, right, left, and right, left, right, and left, right out to the side, and left, and then we're going to be turning towards the corner. We're turning here, and still going to be in salsa time, so we're going to take those first three steps, 1, 2, 3 in salsa time, and then we're going to take one more step and rest our foot. But these next two are, it's like you're doing them not on the music. It's like you're just kind of not paying attention to the music here. So stepping right, and you're going to just rest your so you're standing on your left and you're resting your right leg on the heel ahead of you. Another occasion, no gaps here. You want to rest it here. And we're going to back up again, and this time it's like somebody is taking you by your shoulder because you're going to be turning around as you come and taking your next step forward. And that's on your left. Your right, going to shoot out to the side. And you're going to step on your right, but come right back to your left. So you're not even going to shift your weight onto your right. You're just going to load that down. Stepping forwards again. Then your left is going to shoot out. That down. And then you're going to take a step to the front again. So stepping forward, then it's like our flamingo steps. So you're going to step right and left. And this right hand is going to come up on the second step. So putting your hands on your hips, how we do that. If your hands are out to the side, shut from the front, you're just going to rotate your elbows and bring them to your hips. So you don't want your arms going backwards, you're going to bring them in here. So your elbows are nice and covered. So you're stepping right, you're stepping left, and then you're going to step right again, but you're only going to put enough weight on it to bounce backwards. So it's like a ball bouncing thing, and you're going to go back. So if you look at it from the side, something like this, stepping forward, and then you're going to be slightly off on a diagonal, stepping backwards, and as you step, that's going to roll your hip around. And then you're going to step to the other side, and that's going to roll that hip around. So you want to make this part nice and flowy, bouncing back, rolling your hip, and rolling your hip. And you're going to do a quick little step onto your right foot and bring your left in. This is fast. This is just kind of a transitional step, and be ready to, that is going to push you back onto your left leg. So if you do the morning routine, you know, we talk a lot about when we're straightening up that you're pushing into the ground. This is one of those instances where you're going to be using that movement when you've been practicing for. So you're going to push down and to the side. Because there's a difference in how we execute it, even if it's almost invisible. So there's stepping to the side, and then there's a nice juicy pressing into the ground and giving that movement a lot of depth. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So you've done your hip rolls, stepping up to your right and pushing across your arm, coming through the sides. And from here we'll be stepping to the diagonal and bringing our left leg through. So don't let your left leg go around like that. You want to get rid of those gaps. You want to bring it right next to your right foot before letting it shoot out. And you can relax it there. So, and you're here. And we're going to have those little steps where you leave your weight on your right foot. You're just going to tap and go back, and push and go back, tap and go, push and go back, and push and go back. And you're going to end up facing your diagonal where your tree or whatever it is located. And then we're going to be moving in that direction again. Okay, so from here we're going to be going on the diagonal again. And we're going to be doing salsa time again. We're switching it up a little, so we're going to do right, left, right, and left, right. And from here, it's like we're going to do a little hop onto, I'm going to see something sticking up a little and you want to just kind of step up on it. So it's not really a jump, but it's just a So you want to make that nice and light. And it's almost like you're leaning forward, like you're gonna dive into the water. So you want that kind of feeling, but you don't really want to fall. If you do, just keep stepping and you'll worry about it. So you're going right, left, right, and pose. And from here, you're doing another flamingo step. So your shoulders are pointing towards the corner still, and you're twisting at the waist to do those steps. And this is why you want to move before you do this, because you're going to be going down to the ground and coming back up. So we're going to be shifting backwards a little bit to be in that pose. So when you're down, don't sit all the way down. You want to still keep yourself in a position where you can go right back up and use those arms there. Use that momentum from your arms. And that's another little kind of hop up without jumping to bring you up again towards whatever it is you're imagining in the corner, whatever beautiful thing. And then we're going to be backing up again. Remember, it's more of like somebody's pulling you backwards because you don't want the slope. That's not what we're aiming for here. We want it to be graceful, and as you go backwards, you're going to be taking, remember you're sitting with your shoulders here, you want your face to be visible, you don't want that to happen, your face always has to be open, and you're going to bring your hands to your heart, and then on your left, and here it's like, you know how little kids playing on the grass, they'll be like, playing helicopter, and they've got their arms out and they're just kind of doing this crazy spin. Well, we're going to do a controlled crazy spin. So we've got our little wind up here and using our arms to get us around so they're going out and to the side. And this is a stepping turn. This is not a pivot. So it's just like little steps in place, just stepping in place to get around. And you have time for 2 here. And if you're a crazy spinner, you can do 3 or you can do 1. It's really, the amount is not important here. That's just kind of a personal thing which you like to do. I think 2 fits pretty nicely. And then you're stepping right, left. And here, big moment, because you've got kind of, after all these fast movements, you're just going to say, you're saying for you, but you want to say, this is where you really have to project. So you want lots of facial expression and lots of, you want to imagine into your body what you're saying the words for you. So you want to say that in your mind and let your body say those words. So that's a moment that you really can connect with the people who are watching, and you want to make the most of it. So you're just standing there saying, this is all for you. So that is the end of the first part, and moving on to the second, where in the second part there's lots, I put a lot of the stuff in the second part deliberately because I wanted us to work on those, on the weight shifting, which will help us with transition, especially when we're moving quickly. It's really, really important to be aware of where your body is. So I put in some little things where we're going to talk about where your weight is, if you shift it, if you keep it where it is, to make those transitions nice and light and easy. As we're, before kind of the second, the beginning of the phrase starts, we're going to be bending our knees a little and putting your weight on your right hip, on your right leg rather. You're going to be doing a hip circle. You're going to come right back to the middle. So If you want, you can do a little figure 8, but you can also just do hip circle here, and a hip circle on your left with your weight shifting there. So you're doing right, and with your left, you're not doing a full circle. You're gonna let that hip, it's like it's picking up your right foot, and that foot is tapping down. So you bum, bum. So it's like you're not tapping here, you're bringing your whole foot down, and it's your whole pelvis that's moving bum, bum. And you're going to be shifting weight onto that right. You're just gonna swing through. But you don't want to shift too much. You just want to do a little step on your left leg because you're gonna bring it right to the back. So it's almost like you're rocking. And you want to be right over this right leg. You don't want to get too far away from this. You want to be nice and stacked, even when you're here. You want to come right back to that stack because you're going to be turning from here, and it's just a little turn, and you're going to be falling into your left leg. So if you're not a turner, that's okay. You can, from here, we talked about, in a previous workshop, we talked about stepping turns. So you can just step left, right, and fall into it here. But if you are a turner, you're getting ready here. Right, it's nice and stacked with your leg, but you already need to think about where you're going because you don't need any force for this. Like it's really, you're just turning and falling into that leg. If you take a lot of force here, you're probably knock yourself off balance. When it's one turn, or in this case less than one turn, you really want to make it gentle so you can control where you're going. So you stay stacked, but you're aware that you're going to be falling in this direction. Falling in your left foot, you're doing a hip circle on your left, and then the weight shifts to your right, hip circle there, and you're bringing your right foot into your left. No gaps here. Squeeze your thighs and your knees together, and your left arm is coming in, and it's like that arm is lifting up that leg, and you're falling towards it. So you're falling into your turn, left, right, bringing it in, and falling towards it. So you're on your right here. And from here, you're gonna bring your leg back. So it's one of those things where you are going to shift your weight, but it's going to be very quick. So you don't want to really land on it hard, if that makes sense. So you want to bring it in, scooping it up, and bringing it right back. So you want, as you're falling on it, you don't want to stop. So if you've got a continuous movement, as you land on it with a slow knee bend, you're pushing into the floor to bring it back. And bring this knee in, and you want to bring it a little bit more than the center, cover it up here. You're going to switch those legs. So here you're on your left, you're going to switch your weight to the right. And you're going to keep it on the right as you land on your left leg. So you fall to the side here. And from here, we're going to be changing our direction from front to back. So if we recap from the second part, keeping our weight over our right, no force, and right, left, scooping in, landing here, switch, switch. And here is another, it's like this one on the right, where we don't want to finish the movement. We're going to be bending our knee and pressing into the ground and turning to the back. But you want close together and don't leave big gaps here. That's not the aesthetic that we want in this case. So you're gonna step facing the back, and no force here. If you force is you're gonna overturn or you knock yourself off balance. So you're really just switching around. Again, if you're not a turner, you can step right and step left, and you'll be right where you need to be. So you're coming into the ground, and without really stopping, you're stepping to the back, and you're gonna look over your shoulder, and you're gonna rotate your arm toward the audience, so your elbow's coming up, and you're gonna open your palm to your audience and say, where are you? From here, this right leg is gonna cross over to the diagonal, and try to keep your arms on the diagonal too. And you're gonna step right, but you're keeping your weight on your left. So you're doing a right, left here. And from here, you're going to step onto your right, and then your whole weight is gonna go to your right, and you're gonna sweep your arms over. So it's like your arms are going in a circle, and your left leg is gonna lift up and pass over. So you want your arms to kind of help you. They're just kind of it's like they're bringing your leg up, and you can really overstep here to the front because you want to be able to pivot and already be on the diagonal because there's a little step here. So that's right, left, and stepping onto your right foot. You're going to go to the diagonal. It's very important. No gaps, no gaps. And you're going to go to the diagonal here. Stepping forward, diagonal. Stepping through with the right foot. And this one is like it's like you're pushing against a wall, hitting a wall maybe. And it's like your hands are taking your foot, so they're going to hit at the same time. Boom. And boom. And then you start walking forward. Make sure your legs are crossed over a little. You can use your shoulders here. You can shimmy if you want. And you want to come right again. Here's another moment where it's very good to make contact with your audience. And your arms are wide. They're a little in front of your body. So it's like you're going to give a big hug to everybody. But you're going to bring your arm across like you're gathering something precious to yourself as you back up. And here comes kind of a tricky part, but I wanted to do it because of what you're doing. So backing up, and here you can do a little hop like you're skipping on your left foot. So your left foot's coming forward, and you're skipping as you bring your right foot over. So it's skip, right foot comes down, and you want to get your weight right on that right foot. So you're skipping over, so on your right foot, so you can swing your left foot around. And this all happens fast, so you need to know right where your weight is. So skipping over, bringing your left foot around, you're stepping on that left foot, and then you're stepping forward with your right. So these are very quick little changes. So you want your weight left, weight right, weight left, weight right. And you're stepping that right foot. And then your weight is coming to the back. So right, and then the left is opening. But as you see, if your weight's in the middle somewhere, it's going to be hard to switch your legs and make those transitions. So you want to make sure you always know where it is. Those are very quick. So I'm going to do it just from the back one more time, make it a little easier to see. So you're backing up here, and there you are. And you can end up with that leg. That's kind of on the diagonal. Again, important moment to think, squeeze your legs so that there's no gap, especially if you're in a skirt, but even if you're pants, none of this. We want it closed. So from here, we've got our weight over our left leg, which is convenient because we're going to switch it around and be stepping. So we've got our right leg going on this diagonal, but we want to step on the back diagonal. So if we're going from the front to the back, so we've already got our weight here. All we have to do is give our hips a little shook to change direction, and then transfer the weight. The hips can rock. And to the other side. And just a little press off the right leg to open back up again. And this is a nice big broad movement. So we want to make a contrast between the big and the small movements. This is all little. When we come here, this is all very tiny steps, and because it's fast. But once we come here, it's going to get a little broader. And here we're going to get, this is really just, these are all transfer steps where it's a very quick on and off. So you're transferring your weight, but not all the way. You don't want to sit there. So we've come back, open up big, and stepping back. And that's to open up your front leg. So you open up your front leg, but you want to be ready to step on it and move to the front. So you could really do either leg here, wherever you're most comfortable balancing. So if you're here, you could step right and use your left leg to push down and open up your front. Or you can take it to the back, stepping on your right leg to open up the left and bring you forward. Again, this is, you're on your balance, but a little bit of a lean forward because it's very, very quick. We're getting to the end and it's going boom, 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 boom. So, right here, and a few quick steps to the front, but already thinking where you want to place your weight so you can do that last turn. So, you're coming forward, and arms, put them to have them forward. So again, it's like you're bringing something to somebody and opening them out, but they're going to stay forward. So it's rare that we're going to bring our arms very far back, because if we want to fall somewhere, we want it to be forward. We want our weight to be where we can catch ourselves. So coming to the front, but already thinking you're going to have to sit on that right leg. Or if you're a left turner, sit on your left leg. That's absolutely fine. I'm a right turner, so I'm going to already be sitting here. And again, it's just one turn. So you don't want to take a lot of force and knock yourself over. Just already be sitting on that leg, and your arms closing and opening is really enough to get you around in that turn. So it's really more about weight transfer than it is about spinning. And so if you want to know about stepping turns, you can go back and watch the previous workshops. So we've got a lot about that in there. So if you're not a turner, you're still going to get that weight onto your right foot, because you're going to have to bring your right leg in fast to step, 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 and out again. Landed. Open these arms up with a little bit of a delay, because we're getting towards the finale. You want to present yourself. You can give it a little kind of quick slow. Quick slow, bringing it out, and backing it up. Wow. Oh, I guess we have the arms up too, so bring it back. And again, this is where you're most comfortable. You can do right, left, or left, right, but you're gonna have your weight in the middle to be able to do that switch. Because if you're too much on one leg, it's gonna take too long to transfer it. And you're going back, and we're going on balconies who are higher than you are, don't put it up too much because then they're not going to see your face. Just a little emphasis there. And once you're finished, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Keep that pose. And then you can relax and take your bow. And again, you're keeping that posture, keeping that mood, keeping that attitude until you're out of view of the audience. Because the worst thing is when somebody is, doing a beautiful job and they're like, oh, thank goodness that's over. So, and sometimes, if you're sitting off to the side in the theater too, you can see into the wings, and it's, what happens back there is also, people are resting, they're leaning over, they're coughing, warming up, or gossiping, doing all kinds of things. So you want to always be conscious that you can be seen. So let's run it through once again without the music. If we've gotten anything, we'll go over it now, and then we'll try it with the music, and then you've got things to practice, and so do I. So let's do the whole thing. We're going to keep your posture coming out, and placing your left foot, and then your right. And on those bells, we're grabbing with that rotation of the hand, grabbing for whatever you're imagining there, stars maybe. Telling yourself you're beautiful, gathering up your skirt, and swinging it around towards the tree. And we keep your face open, and then one from the back of the head, back to the middle. I'm trying to go back here, so I have space. And feeling your arm is bringing your leg in, and you're presenting to your audience, little lean forward. And right, left, right, and left, right, left, right, and left, right, left, right. And salsa time, stepping out of the music, and then pulls backwards. Stepping forward, this corner. Now here you can either watch your arm, try and keep your arms in the diagonal, or you can also look forward. That's fine too. Stepping forward to this corner, then you're going to step straight at your audience. Remembering to keep your elbows to the side, put your hands on your hips, coming up here, and here you're bouncing back, and you can do a little arm, the hip roll, and onto your right foot, onto your left foot, and making sure you leave no gaps in your legs, and keeping your weight on your right as you come around. And now you're doing your left, right, left, and jumping. Now keeping your shoulders straight, so you want to keep your upper body still here as you're doing that flamingo step, as I call it, down to the ground. So singing back up a little, ground, stepping up again, remembering to keep your face open, and this time bring your hands into your heart, winding up. And you're stepping around here, right, left, and really connecting here with your audience. And on that kind of in-between transition, doing right, left, and then your left hip is kind of raising your leg up to go bum, bum. You can put your hands on your hips here. If you want, the arms are kind of free here, so if there's something you like better, feel free to do that. Now, something I'm already seeing that I don't like myself is I'm putting my leg too far out. I want to keep that a little closer here. That's something I'm going to work on. So moving forward, you're stepping onto your right foot, swinging your left arm and left leg through, but keeping your weight on that right foot. Remember, you're not really taking much force, and you can do your stepping turn here. So you're either turning to fall, or you're left, right, left, falling here. So with the turn, so. And going right into that hip roll. And bringing that right foot in. So all your weight is over your left. And then you're going to fall on this one, on your right. Bringing that little switch with your knees. And your left is going to come out to do your half turn. So again, there's no force, you're just bringing it in and putting it back out. So coming from that turn again, forward and back, turning around, following it, hip, hip, legs coming in, getting ready to go, half a turn, and looking back towards your audience. So this right leg going to the corner. And remember, even here you don't want gaps. You can probably still see it. So little step on your right, but keeping your weight on your left leg at the back. And circling over. And it's going to turn you around. This happens pretty quick. This is just a little transition. And go to the diagonal. Diagonal. You're going to step forward. I'm just going back so you can see. And pushing against the wall. Pushing against the wall. And then stepping forward. And here you really want your weight going forward. So you want to step right over that leg as you're stepping on it. You're pushing, and coming forward. Shimmy, or you don't have to. But you want to really connect here again with your audience. And going backwards, one hand this time. And here's the quick one, so skipping on your left, stepping right, swing the left around, stepping on it, stepping on your right, bring your right forward, stepping on it, open to the back corner, and then your hips, and your hips, and bringing that right in, just for a quick transfer out, great big gesture, stepping on, I do my right this time, but you want to figure that out ahead of time, don't improvise the day of, make sure you know which leg you're stepping on, to come forward, and it's like you're presenting again with your arms, thinking about which leg you're going to be sitting on, or your turn, opening those arms with a little bit of a delay. And from here, we're backing up again, make sure there's no gaps, and switch. FlairFlies. Let's get that one track the music, and there's still a lot to practice, so you definitely don't have to be perfect, but just try to follow along, do what you can, and you can definitely message me with any questions, so we're happy to help, happy to give any feedback. All right, let's go with the music then.
Don't wanna
FlairFlies. That was it for the cleanup, but again, you can message me with any questions you may have, and feel free to play with it. Do some different arms, some different nuances, make it your own. This is for you, so I want you to be proud of it and feel comfortable, feel like you're in your own skin when you're dancing it. Of course, that takes a lot of practice no matter how you're doing it, because that's just the nature of dance. But you know, we dance all as differently as we have different minds, different hearts, different bodies. We're all unique, so we can all perform the same piece of choreography, and it's going to be different. So I'm really looking forward to, I'm hoping to see a little bit of you guys. You know, you can always feel free to send something, say this one, share this, and we would never do that. So always happy to give feedback, always just, you know, so excited to see you all dancing and to know what you're up to. And well, my FlairFlies, the next one is going to be a little pretend performance. So dress in something super fabulous, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel confident, and perform for your camera, or for a friend, or for the mirror, if you're feeling shy, however it is. And that will be our goodbye to 2025 where choreography is concerned, but we are definitely going to continue in 2026. So my beautiful FlairFlies, I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support, and thank you for growing this community. See you soon, FlairFlies. Goodbye.